Hey, welcome back. Okay, first impressions. The MP5-K PDW. First impressions. Nice box. That's the way it comes. It's a really nice box. I like it. Let's see what we got inside. Okay, first impressions. Well, this is how it comes packaged. As you can see, you have your magazine, and you have your MP5-K PDW. So let's take it out and really get a good first impression. Okay, first of all, plasticky. Yep, everything on this gun is plastic. Folding out stock. Very plasticky feel. Does have a little bit of weight to it. I guess because of the metal that's inside, but it's yeah, very plasticky. What else can I say? I got an idea. Let's do a comparison with the AEG MP5. I have an SD6. We'll take a look at the construction of both of the guns. Okay, this is the MP5 SD6 AEG. Now this has more weight. Has more weight to it than this. Not a whole lot more, but just a little more weight, the AEG. Almost identical guns in construction. One thing I notice is that the grip area on the AEG is feels more metal-like, more heavy, where the grip handle on the MP5-K PDW is much more plastic-like, much more plastic. This AEG actually feels like a real MP5 grip. This one feels toyish. It is a different type of plastic that was used. They're both molded. They are not polymer. They are a plastic of some type. Although, funny thing with the AEG, it seems to be a stronger construction. This is a BB gun, not an airsoft gun, and it only cost $106. So you know, you get what you pay for. I haven't shot this yet. This is a CO2, and I'll probably do that later, maybe in the video, maybe not. But anyway, really cute gun. It does have the blowback feature. You can see the ejection port there actually works. I don't think that this charges the gun. I just think it's there for show, but I think it does blow back. Yeah, it does move. The charging handle will probably have to move every time. Oops, every time the trigger is pulled, because that's how the ejection port goes back. Again, I haven't shot the gun yet, so I don't know. And but first impressions, plastic. Slightly disappointed, but it does look really cool. I think that all the metal parts are internal. Alright, so just comparing the AEG, which I think is built a little bit better. Feels, you know, has a little more weight to it. And I think this feels, the AEG actually feels a little more realistic than than this one does. Okay, but one thing I wanted to get into is that if you want to mount, and you're going to have to get it separately, if you want to mount a rail, the MP5 takes a particular type of rail. Now the mounting points on the MP5, you see there's a little lip here, and a little lip there, excuse me. Likewise on the other side. little lip there and a little lip there. When you're mounting an optic, you're generally mounting directly over the ejection port right there, and so they designed the gun to have that right over the ejection port. Now this is the type of mounting system that you have for the MP5. Slips over, and these little clamps here, they slip right on top of those lips, and you tighten it down. And I'm going to go ahead and do that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so it's a little bit finicky getting this mount on here. But as you can see where it clamps onto. Okay, now I don't actually have an optic that I've chosen for this gun, so I do have this old red dot that I have floating around, and it's even missing a clamp. So I'm going to mount that on here, something like that. And give me a second, we'll get that all mounted up. Okay, so this is going to be the optic that I'm going to use on this. It's just I had this laying around, so I put it on. But anyway, yeah, this bracket is strong enough, and because this is an air gun, this isn't going to move around or anything. So I can use this in the meantime as an optic. So back again to the plastic of the gun. Yeah, it's real plasticky. Even the rear sights on the AEG, this is a metal, but here it is plastic, and I can't even get it to turn, to adjust. So probably won't be using that. Front sight's plastic. Everything's plastic. Muzzle, foregrip, everything's plastic. So again, with my first impressions, toyish. That's all I have to say. But for $106, and it is a CO2, I know that it's going to shoot very well. So, you know, I'll have to give it props for that. But, yeah, it's a very plasticky gun. It does have a cool factor. Alright, so let me show you how on the AEG it's a little better constructed. Alright, so you see here on the AEG you actually have a metal aperture on the rear that turns, so you can decide which aperture you want to use. AEG has sling mounts on this side, and I'm kind of thinking the AEG is better built. I know it won't do the damage that this does. I mean, plastic BBs just aren't going to break a bottle. And this, they say on the box that it is dangerous up to, let me see here. I read it somewhere on here. Yeah, danger distance is 279 meters, which I believe is about, would that be like 300 feet? Something like that. So yeah, it's a pretty good distance that this, you know, stays dangerous at. All right, so yeah, it comes with the magazine like this. I don't have the magazine release there. Plenty of reviews out on this gun, so I'm not going to go through the whole thing. One thing I wanted to say about this, though, you know, people tell you have to take out these 2 pins in order to put the CO2. Actually, all you have to really do is take out the top pin, and it folds down like that, and you can stick your CO2 in the rear there, and you just close it back up, stick the pin back through, lift and turn your stock, and here you'll see your tightening screw to pierce the CO2. And just fold it back again, and you're ready to rock and roll. I like how it feels. And we're going to see what it's going to do with this red dot. I don't have this red dot zeroed in, so I'm probably going to have to zero it in. This was zeroed in for a rifle that I had it on. And so I believe I zeroed this at 100 yards. So I'm sure that, I don't know, I'll try it and see what kind of hits I'm getting with this. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay, one other thing about the trigger. It's a really long draw trigger. It feels kind of toyish too. But we're going to see how it shoots. Okay, so after shooting it, plasticky maybe, shoots really well. Has a nice little blowback that you can feel. Feels like a very powerful shot. I think I'm going to like this. I might do some target shooting. Well, you know, one thing about it is this red dot is not zeroed right now. So I did take some shots and they're a little bit high. So I'm going to put a new target in, try to zero in this red dotted. I think I have 30 feet of room in here, and we'll zero it in at 30 feet. And then maybe I'll take some shots. Okay, so I'm getting about 100 rounds per CO2 out of this. And after shooting this, I'm starting to like it a lot more. It's really beginning to grow on me. So anyway, we're going to look at the accuracy of it. Now, I got this red dot on here. Just something I put on there just to go ahead and try to shoot the gun. So we're going to look at how accurate it is. I got to step back some. I'm going to fire some rapid shots. This is zeroed at about 28 feet. That's about all the space I have indoors here to zero it. So it's a 28-foot zero, but it's really not zeroed. It's just on target. So let's check it out. Center mass. Headshots. Center mass again. All right, so I wouldn't call this accurate to the point where you're going to hit it bullseye every time. It's going to get you in the zone. You have to do readjustments when you see where it's hitting by pointing, you know, the gun a little left, a little right. I mean, this is not a real firearm per se. So, well, it's not a real firearm, period. It's a BB gun. But you're not going to get the accuracy you would out of an actual gun. But it's on target. It's hitting center mass, you know. If you're looking to have something that's going to be a dead-eye bullseye every time, this is not the gun, but you know, still and yet it's fairly accurate. Those are rapid shots from 28 feet, and this red dot is kind of zeroed. I think I'm going to try and take the red dot off and see how I can use the, you know, the fake sights, the plastic sights that are supposed to be iron sights, and see if that makes a difference. Okay, so I think the iron sights on here really suck. Definitely want to have some sort of red dot optic on here for sure, if you want to get this thing anything close to zero. Upper left target. Pretty good. All right, so we got it zeroed in. Okay, so overall, I gotta give this thing an A. Despite its plasticky feel, it does have good weight. This thing shoots very hard, and it has a hell of a range. I went outside and shot it a little bit, and I mean, I'm hitting trees. I don't know how far away they are. I'm thinking maybe 80 yards, 100 yards away. I can hear it hit. So this thing's definitely got, and it's hitting like within a half a second of the shot. So the velocity is carrying this thing quite a distance. Like I said, I give this an A. It shoots very hard. It's got a nice little blowback feel to it. One thing I don't like is that this magazine release button here is fake. It doesn't work. You have to use this one. On the AEG, for instance, you have your mag release button and this for release. You know, that's pretty cool. But I'm not looking for the guns to be the same. These are two different class guns. One is a airsoft gun, one is a BB gun. So they're two different class guns. Yeah, I like this. I like this. I was afraid that I might not. For $106, you're going to have plenty of fun with this. This is certainly worth the money. Certainly worth the money. Now, if they were selling it for, say, $400, I wouldn't be happy about it. But it does shoot very well. Shoots very hard. I had to play around with my red dot to get a good zero on it, so it's hitting the target now. I don't like the plastic, unadjustable plastic sights, and it does have a little screw in there for windage, but I didn't even try to fool around with it because I'm not going to use those sights. I'm going to probably get a different red dot on here, but this is the only one I had available that was extra. I didn't have to take off of an actual gun. So yeah, this is going to work. I might just leave this on here. This actually works for this gun. I mean, who knows? I'll just keep it. But yeah, I like it. Shoots very good, very hard. I love that blowback, that artificial recoil. It does get weaker as the CO2 starts to dwindle down. But and I'm getting about, let me see. I'm getting about 120 shots out of one CO2 cartridge. So that's pretty good too. And I actually have two magazines for this gun. I mean, I don't really need to have a lot of magazines for this gun because this isn't like something like an airsoft, but you know, these two magazines are just great. It's 80 rounds on tap, and we're ready to rock and roll if you're just into pinging. Again, this is a great gun, plasticky, but hey, it shoots really well, really far, has a very nice recoil to it. It looks awesome. Yeah, it has the folding stock, so you can use it as a pistol. It's great, love it. Another item for my pinging collection. Hey, the fun doesn't have to stop when you leave the range. MP5-K PDW. So that's my review on it. It's not an in-depth review, but you know, it gives you a good idea. I like the gun. Matter of fact, I love it. I love it. And I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. And you're gonna love it too. Thanks for watching. And always come back and watch some more.